The cocky aliens. In the vast darkness of space, a group of aliens called the Galactic Council thought they were the coolest beings ever. They had big, shiny spaceships and fancy laser guns. The Council aliens looked like tall blue trees with eyes all over their trunks. They could talk without mouths, just by wiggling their branches. One day, a young alien named Zorp was playing with the Council's super telescope. He was bored and looking at random planets when he saw something blue and green. "Hey, what's that?" Zorp called out, his branches shaking with excitement. The Council leader, Grandmaster Xylop, floated over. His many eyes blinked as he looked. "Oh, that's just some tiny planet called Earth," Xylop said, sounding bored. "It's full of silly creatures called humans." Zorp zoomed in the telescope. He saw cities, cars, and people walking around. "Wow, they look interesting," Zorp said. Xylop laughed, his branches waving. "Interesting. They're weak. Look, they can't even fly or shoot lasers from their eyes." Other council members gathered around. They all started laughing at the humans. "Their ships don't even leave their planet." One alien giggled. "And look at their weapons. Just metal sticks that go boom." Another alien snorted. Xylop got an idea. His eyes all lit up at once. "Hey everyone, why don't we take over Earth? It'll be easy and fun." The other aliens cheered. They loved easy wins. "Yeah, let's show those humans who's boss," they shouted. Zorp looked worried. "But Grandmaster, shouldn't we learn more about them first?" Xylop patted Zorp on the head with a branch. "Oh Zorp, you worry too much. Humans are simple. We'll just fly in, show off our cool tech, and they'll give up right away." The council spent the next few days making plans. They drew silly pictures of scared humans waving white flags. They practiced their victory speeches. Some aliens even started learning Earth languages for fun. What the council didn't know was that they weren't as sneaky as they thought. Down on Earth, in a secret underground base, a group of humans were watching the aliens. General Sarah Johnson looked at the big screen showing the alien ships. "They're coming, just like we thought they would," she said to her team. A young computer whiz named Hami spoke up. "General, I've hacked into their systems. You won't believe how cocky these aliens are. They think we're total pushovers." The room filled with laughter. "Oh, they're in for a big surprise," said Dr. Amit Patel, the team's chief scientist. General Johnson smiled. "Perfect. Let them think we're weak. Our plan is working." Back in space, the Galactic Council was getting ready for their easy invasion. Xylop stood in front of a big crowd of excited aliens. "My fellow council members," Xylop said, his branches waving dramatically, "tomorrow, we take over Earth. It will be the easiest victory in council history." The aliens cheered and danced. Some even started planning Earth vacation homes. Zorp still looked worried. He tugged on Xylop's branches. "Grandmaster, I've been watching the humans closely. I think they might be smarter than we think." Xylop laughed so hard he almost fell over. "Oh Zorp, you're so funny. Humans, smart? Next, you'll tell me their cows can fly." As the aliens partied, their ships moved closer to Earth. They thought they were being super quiet and sneaky. But in the secret base, General Johnson and her team watched every move. "All right, people, get ready," she said. "Operation Fool of Fools is about to begin." Tommy grinned as he typed on his computer. "I got a little surprise coded up for our alien friends," he said. Dr. Patel wheeled in a big machine covered in blinking lights. "And wait till they see what this baby can do," he said with a wink. The humans knew the cocky aliens were in for the shock of their lives. But for now, they waited quietly, pretending to be the weak Earthlings the Galactic Council expected. As the alien ships entered Earth's atmosphere, Xylop was practically dancing with joy. "Get ready to meet your new rulers, Earth," he announced. Little did he know, the humans were saying the exact same thing. But they weren't talking about the aliens ruling Earth. They were getting ready to show the universe just how tough humans could be. The stage was set. The cocky aliens were flying right into a trap, thinking they were the smartest beings in the galaxy. But the humans had a few tricks up their sleeves that would turn the aliens' easy victory party into a shocking surprise. As dawn broke over Earth, both sides prepared for a day that would change the galaxy forever. The Galactic Council was about to learn a very important lesson. Never underestimate humans. Surprise attack. The day Earth had been preparing for finally arrived. Alien spaceships filled the sky, looking like giant metal pancakes with blinking lights. People on the streets pointed and gasped. Some ran away screaming, while others took out their phones to record the historic moment. In the Galactic Council's main ship, Grandmaster Xylop was bouncing with excitement. His branch-like arms waved wildly as he looked at Earth through the big window. "Look at those tiny humans running around," he laughed. "They're like little ants." Zorp, the young alien who had been worried before, still looked unsure. "Maybe we should try talking to them first," he suggested. But Xylop wasn't listening. He pressed a big red button on his control panel. "Let the attack begin," he shouted. Suddenly, laser beams shot out from the alien ships. They hit some of Earth's biggest cities. Buildings crumbled and streets cracked open. It looked like the aliens were winning easily. In New York, a giant laser beam hit the Statue of Liberty. The famous Green Lady wobbled and then fell into the water with a big splash. In Paris, another beam zapped the Eiffel Tower. The metal structure twisted and bent, looking like a giant pretzel. And in Tokyo, a third beam turned the busy Shibuya crossing into a smoking crater. Xylop clapped his branches together. "Ha! This is even easier than I thought," he said. "Earth will be ours in no time." The other aliens cheered and high-fived each other with their branches. They thought they had won already. But things weren't quite what they seemed. Deep underground, in the secret human base, General Sarah Johnson watched the attack on a big screen. But instead of looking worried, she was smiling. "Everything's going according to plan," she said to her team. "Are we ready for Phase 2? Dr. Amit Patel nodded, adjusting his glasses. "The holoprojectors are working perfectly," he said. "The aliens are only destroying empty buildings and robot people." Tommy, the young computer genius, spun in his chair. "And I've got their ship's locations locked in," he added with a grin. General Johnson nodded. "Excellent. Now let's give our alien friends a little show." Up on the surface, things looked bad for Earth. People ran through the streets, screaming and waving their arms. Some held up signs that said, "We surrender," in big letters. Xylop saw this and laughed so hard he almost fell over. "Look," he said to the other aliens. "They're giving up already. I told you this would be easy." But then something strange happened. A group of humans in the street below suddenly flickered and disappeared, like a TV being turned off. Zorp blinked all his eyes in surprise. Grandmaster," he said nervously. "I think something weird is going on." Before Xylop could answer, more strange things started happening. The fallen Statue of Liberty suddenly stood up again, completely fine. The bent Eiffel Tower straightened itself out, and the crater in Tokyo filled back up, busy streets and all. Xylop's eyes bulged out in shock. "What's happening?" he yelled. "How are they doing this?" That's when a giant face appeared in the sky. It was General Johnson, and she was smiling at the aliens. "Greetings, Galactic Council," she said in a booming voice. "Welcome to Earth. We hope you enjoyed our little show." Xylop's branches drooped in confusion. "Show? What show?" General Johnson laughed. "The light show you just saw was our way of saying hello. Those weren't real cities you were destroying, just holograms and robots." The aliens all looked at each other, totally confused. This wasn't how invasions were supposed to go. But, Xylop stammered. "You're supposed to be primitive. How did you do this?" "Oh, we're full of surprises," General Johnson said with a wink. "Now, would you like to surrender, or should we show you what our real weapons can do?" Suddenly, all the alien ship's controls went dead. Tommy had hacked into their systems, locking everything down. Zorp tugged on Psylop's branches. "I told you we should have learned more about them first," he said. Xylop's branches drooped even more. He realized he had made a big mistake. Humans weren't weak at all. They were clever and tricky. "Well," Tylop said with a nervous laugh, "this is a bit embarrassing." General Johnson's face in the sky smiled wider. "Don't worry," she said. "We're not going to hurt you. In fact, we'd like to invite you down for a chat. And maybe some ice cream. Do you like ice cream?" The aliens looked at each other, surprised. They had come to conquer Earth, but now they were being invited for dessert. As the alien ships were gently pulled down to Earth by hidden tractor beams, the humans on the ground started to cheer and laugh. Their plan had worked perfectly. And so, the day that was supposed to be a terrible invasion turned into something very different. It became the day when aliens learned that humans were a lot smarter than they looked, and it was the beginning of a very strange, very funny friendship between Earth and the Galactic Council. As for Psylop, he learned a very important lesson. Never judge a planet by its cover. And always, always be prepared for surprises. Earth's hidden trick. The alien ships landed in a big field outside New York City. Crowds of curious humans gathered to watch, held back by police barriers. News helicopters buzzed overhead, their cameras zooming in on the strange visitors. Grandmaster Xylop stepped out of his ship, his branches trembling slightly. He wasn't used to being outsmarted, and he didn't like it one bit. Behind him, Zorp and the other aliens followed, looking around with wide eyes. General Sarah Johnson walked up to greet them, a friendly smile on her face. "Welcome to Earth," she said. "We're glad you could join us for a chat." Xylop tried to look dignified, puffing up his branches. "Yes, well, we're very interested in learning about your unexpected capabilities," he said. As they talked, a young girl with wild curly hair pushed through the crowd. She was carrying a laptop and looked very excited. This was Maria Rodriguez, the teenage genius behind Earth's secret weapon. "Sorry I'm late," Maria called out, running up to the group. "I was just putting the finishing touches on ALIE." Tylop blinked all his eyes in confusion. "Allie? Who's Allie?" General Johnson grinned. "Not who. What? ALIE stands for Alien Language Interface Engine. It's our secret weapon, and the reason we were able to outsmart you so easily." Maria opened her laptop, and a holographic face appeared above the screen. It looked a bit like a friendly robot. "Hello, Galactic Council members," ALIE said in a cheerful voice. "I'm pleased to meet you." The aliens gasped in surprise. ALIE had spoken in perfect galactic standard, their own language. But how?" Tylop sputtered. "How can a primitive Earth computer speak our language?" Maria laughed. "ALIE isn't just any computer. She's a super smart AI that I created in my garage. She can learn any language in seconds and control any technology she connects to." Zorp's branches waved in excitement. "That's amazing. Is that how you made our ship stop working?" General Johnson nodded. "Exactly. ALIE hacked into your systems and took control. She could have made your ships do backflips if we wanted." The aliens looked at each other, a mix of fear and awe on their faces. They had seriously underestimated Earth's technology. Xylop cleared his throat, or whatever aliens use to make sounds. "Well, this is all very impressive. But surely this AI can't be that powerful. It's just a computer program, after all." Maria's eyes sparkled with mischief. "Oh, really? ALIE, why don't you show our guests what you can do?" Suddenly, all the aliens' communication devices started beeping. They pulled them out, and their eyes widened in shock. ALIE's face was on every screen. "Hello again," ALIE said cheerfully. "I hope you don't mind, but I've taken the liberty of upgrading your devices. You'll find they work much better now." Xylop fumbled with his device. But this is impossible. Our technology is far superior to Earth's." Alai's holographic face smiled. "Was superior, you mean? I've analyzed your tech and found 2,347 ways to improve it. Would you like me to list them alphabetically or by importance?" The aliens were speechless. This little Earth computer had just casually improved their most advanced technology. But ALIE wasn't done showing off. With a little bleep, the alien ships behind them suddenly changed color, turning from dull gray to bright rainbow patterns. "I thought they could use a bit of Earth style," ALIE said with a digital wink. The human crowd burst into laughter and applause. Even some of the younger aliens started to giggle, admiring their colorful ships. Xylot, however, was not amused. His branches were all puffed up, making him look like an angry blue porcupine. "Now see here," he sputtered. "This is completely unacceptable. You can't just beat you at your own game." General Johnson finished for him, still smiling. "I'm afraid we just did, Grand Master. But don't worry, we're not interested in conquering anyone. We just want to be friends." Marion nodded eagerly. "Yeah, we could learn so much from each other." ALIE is already excited about all the cool alien math she's discovered in your computers. Zorp, who had been quiet until now, suddenly spoke up. "I think it's wonderful," he said, his branches waving happily. "I always thought we should make friends with other species instead of trying to conquer them." Other young aliens nodded in agreement. They were starting to see that humans weren't the simple creatures they thought they were. Dilop looked around, realizing he was losing control of the situation. But before he could say anything, Adalai spoke up again. "I have a suggestion," the AI said. "Why don't we organize a galactic science fair? Humans and aliens could show off their best technology. It could be fun and educational for everyone." The idea was met with excited chatter from both humans and aliens. Even Psylop had to admit it sounded interesting. "Well," he said, his branches drooping a bit in defeat, "I suppose we could consider it. It would be a good way to assess Earth's capabilities further." General Johnson clapped her hands together. "Excellent. And to celebrate our new friendship, how about we all go for that ice cream I promised? Adalai has already analyzed your biology and created flavors that are safe and delicious for alien taste buds." As the strange group headed off for ice cream, humans and aliens alike chattering excitedly, it was clear that this was the beginning of a new era. Earth's hidden trick, a super-smart AI created by a teenage girl, had not only saved the planet from invasion, but opened up a whole galaxy of possibilities. And as for ALI, well, she was already planning how to organize the best intergalactic science fair the universe had ever seen. Humans fight back. Just when it seemed like humans and aliens were becoming friends, things took a sudden, scary turn. A group of angry aliens from the Galactic Council, who didn't like the idea of being friends with humans, decided to attack Earth for real this time. These mean aliens, led by Commander Zargan, a grumpy old alien with spiky branches, snuck away from the main group. They sent a secret message to their home planet, asking for more ships and weapons. "We'll show these humans what real alien power looks like," Zargan growled, his spiky branches quivering with anger. Back on Earth, everyone was enjoying their ice cream when alarms started blaring. General Sarah Johnson's phone buzzed with an urgent message. "Oh no," she said, her face turning serious. ALIE has detected a large group of alien ships heading towards Earth, and they don't look friendly. Grandmaster Xylop's eyes widened in shock. But we didn't order an attack," he sputtered, ice cream dripping down his branches. Zorp, the young alien, looked scared. "It must be Commander Zargan and his followers," he said. "They never liked the idea of peace with other planets." The sky suddenly filled with hundreds of alien ships. They looked meaner and bigger than the ones that came before. Scary. Laser beams started shooting down at Earth's cities, and this time, they weren't holograms. People started running and screaming. It looked like Earth was in big trouble. But General Johnson didn't look worried. She turned to Maria, the teenage genius. "Time to show them what humans can really do," she said with a wink. Maria nodded and opened her laptop. AI's face appeared, looking determined. "I'm ready," the AI said. "Let's teach these bullies a lesson." Suddenly, something amazing happened. All around the world, hidden doors in the ground started to open. Out of these secret bases came Earth's own spaceships. These weren't like any spaceships anyone had seen before. They looked like a mix of Earth planes and alien technology. They were sleek, fast, and painted in bright colors that shimmered and changed like rainbows. "Cool, right?" Maria said, grinning at the shocked aliens. "We call them the Rainbow Fleet. ALIE designed them based on what we learned from your ships." The Rainbow Fleet zoomed up into the sky. Moving so fast, they left trails of colorful light behind them. They flew circles around the enemy alien ships, which suddenly seemed slow and clumsy in comparison. ALI's voice came out of every rainbow ship. "Attention, unfriendly aliens," she said politely but firmly. "Please stop attacking Earth and leave peacefully. This is your only warning." Commander Zargan's angry face appeared on a big screen in the sky. "Never," he shouted. "Earth will be ours." "Okay, you asked for it," ALIE said. "Rainbow Fleet, activate the tickle rays." Beams of sparkling light shot out from the Earth ships. When they hit the enemy alien ships, something weird happened. Instead of exploding, the alien ships started to wobble and shake. Inside, all the aliens suddenly burst out laughing. "Do you what's happening?" Zargan gasped between giggles. "I can't stop laughing." Maria high-fived General Johnson. "The tickle rays work by activating the laugh centers in any brain, human or alien," she explained. "It's impossible to fight when you're laughing too hard to breathe." Soon, most of the enemy ships were floating helplessly in the air, full of aliens laughing so hard that tears were streaming from their eyes. Some of them were begging to surrender, just so the tickling would stop. But Commander Zargan wasn't giving up so easily. His ship, bigger and meaner than the others, was somehow resisting the tickle rays. It flew straight towards the White House, ready to blast it to bits. "Oh no," Psylop cried. "Zargan's ship has special shields. Your tickle rays won't work on it." General Johnson just smiled. "Don't worry," she said. "We have one more trick up our sleeves." Maria nodded and typed quickly on her laptop. ALIE, activate the secret weapon. Suddenly, the ground shook. Everyone watched in amazement as the Statue of Liberty began to move. Its head opened up, revealing a cockpit inside. Out of the torch came a giant beam of light, heading straight for Zargan's ship. When the light hit Zargan's ship, it didn't explode or tickle. Instead, it turned into a giant banana. The banana ship fell from the sky, landing with a soft splat in the Hudson River. A very confused and wet Commander Zargan popped out of the peel, looking around in disbelief. But how?" he sputtered. ALI's face appeared in the sky, smiling kindly at the defeated alien. "It's called the silliness beam," she explained. "It turns weapons into harmless, silly things. We thought it was nicer than blowing things up." As the remaining aliens surrendered, humans around the world cheered. They had faced a real alien attack and won, not with violence, but with cleverness, teamwork, and a whole lot of silliness. Grandmaster Xylop turned to General Johnson, looking impressed. "I must admit," he said, "Earth is full of surprises. Perhaps we have much to learn from you humans after all." General Johnson smiled and offered him another ice cream cone. "And we have much to learn from you," she said. "How about we start with that galactic science fair idea? But this time, let's make it a peace fair instead." As humans and friendly aliens began to clean up the mess and plan for the peace fair, everyone knew that this was just the beginning of a great adventure. Earth had proven itself to the galaxy, not by being the strongest or scariest, but by being the smartest and silliest when it mattered most. And high above, watching over it all, ALIE began to dream up even more amazing inventions to help her human friends explore the stars. The future was looking bright, colorful, and full of laughter. The space adventure. After Earth's amazing victory against the mean aliens, everyone was excited about exploring space. Humans and friendly aliens worked together to build a super cool spaceship. They called it the Cosmic Friendship, and it was the biggest, fanciest ship anyone had ever seen. The Cosmic Friendship looked like a giant silver dolphin with rainbow fins. Inside, it had comfy rooms for humans and aliens of all shapes and sizes. There was even a big pool filled with blue jelly for the squid-like aliens from planet Clupatron. Captain Emily Chen, a brave astronaut with a big smile, was chosen to lead the mission. Her crew was a funny mix of humans and aliens. There was Zorp, the friendly young alien we met before, Maria and her AI friend ALI, Dr. Whiskers, a super smart cat in a tiny spacesuit, Blurp, a blue blob alien who could change shape, and Rocky, a living rock creature who loved to tell jokes. Their mission was to explore the galaxy and make friends with new aliens, but they had no idea what crazy adventures waited for them. As the Cosmic Friendship took off, crowds cheered and waved. The ship zoomed past the moon, then Mars, then out into deep space. Stars twinkled all around them like tiny diamonds. "Wowee," said Zorp, his branches waving with excitement. "Where should we go first, Captain Emily?" Emily looked at the star map on the big screen. "How about that pretty purple planet over there?" she said, pointing to a swirly ball in the distance. As they got closer, they saw the planet was covered in giant purple mushrooms. Funny-looking aliens with long, bendy necks poked their heads out to look at the ship. "Hello," Captain Emily called through the speaker. "We come in peace and friendship." The mushroom aliens looked at each other, then suddenly burst out singing. Their song was so beautiful it made everyone on the ship feel happy and floaty. "They're inviting us to a party," ALI said, translating the song. "They're excited to meet new friends from space." The crew landed and joined the party. There was dancing, which was pretty funny with all the different alien bodies, singing, and lots of strange but yummy food. Dr. Whiskers especially liked the purple space mice, which tasted like cotton candy. After the party, the mushroom aliens gave them a map showing other friendly planets to visit. The Cosmic Friendship blasted off again, ready for more adventures. Their next stop was a planet that looked like a giant golf ball. It was covered in holes, and out of each hole peeked a fluffy alien that looked like a mix between a rabbit and a cloud. "Welcome, space friends," the fluffy alien said. "Would you like to play cosmic mini-golf?" The game was crazy. The balls floated, the clubs were alive, and sometimes the holes moved around. Blurp, the shape-changing alien, cheated by turning into a tunnel to help his ball, but everyone was laughing too hard to care. As they flew to the next planet, they saw something strange. A huge space bubble was floating nearby, and inside was a whole water park. "It's the famous Bubble Splash Galaxy Water Park," Zorp said, jumping up and down. "I've always wanted to go there." They parked the Cosmic Friendship and went inside. There were water slides that went through black holes, wave pools that changed gravity, and fountains that sprayed rainbow stardust. Even Rocky, the rock alien, had fun rolling down the slides. But as they were playing, alarms started blaring. "Oh no," shouted a lifeguard alien with 3 eyes. "The bubble is losing air. We're going to pop." Quick as a flash, Maria turned to ALIE. "Can you fix it?" she asked. ALI's face appeared on a nearby screen. "On it," she said. Her digital eyes closed as she concentrated hard. Suddenly, All the drains in the park reversed, sucking water from the slides and pools. The water formed a giant band-aid over the leak in the bubble. Everyone cheered. The manager of the water park was so happy he gave them all lifetime free passes and a big trophy shaped like a rubber duck. As they flew away from the water park, waving goodbye to their new friends, they saw something that made them all gasp. A huge space kraken, big as a planet, was floating right in their path. "Don't worry," said Captain Emily. "I have an idea." She asked Dr. Whiskers to meow into the ship's speaker. The sound echoed through space, and the giant kraken's tentacles started to wiggle. It let out a huge purr that shook the whole ship. "Aw, it just wanted a friend," said Maria, giggling as the space kraken gently hugged their ship with its tentacles. They spent the next few hours scratching the kraken's tentacles and playing fetch with asteroids. When they finally said goodbye, the kraken gave them each a glowing pearl as big as a beach ball. As they zoomed away, everyone was tired but happy. They had made so many new friends and seen so many amazing things. "You know what?" said Rocky, the rock alien. "I think the best part of space isn't the strange planets or the cool aliens." "What is it then?" asked Blurp, curious. Rocky smiled, which is pretty impressive for a rock. "It's exploring together and making new friends. That's the real adventure." Everyone agreed. As the cosmic friendship flew towards new adventures, the crew knew they were the luckiest beings in the galaxy. They had each other, they had their friendship, and they had a whole universe to explore. Captain Emily looked out at the stars twinkling ahead. "Where to next, crew?" she asked with a big smile. And everyone shouted together. "Everywhere." The Big Boss Battle. The cosmic friendship was zooming through space, its crew laughing about their latest adventure, when suddenly all the lights went out. The ship came to a screeching halt, floating silently in the darkness of space. "What's happening?" Captain Emily asked, her voice calm but concerned. Adeli's face flickered on a screen, looking worried. "We're caught in some kind of energy field," the AI said. "It's pulling us towards—" "Oh no." Everyone gasped as they saw what was outside. A massive space station, shaped like a giant octopus, was pulling them in with glowing tentacles of energy. Its eyes were huge windows that glowed an evil red. "It's the Cosmic Crusher," Zorp cried, his branches shaking with fear. "The secret base of the Galaxy Gobbler." "Who's the Galaxy Gobbler?" Maria asked, her eyes wide. "The meanest, scariest alien in the whole universe," Zorp explained. "He wants to eat all the planets and turn everything into one big boring space mall." The cosmic friendship was pulled into a giant hangar inside the space station. As the doors closed behind them, the crew knew they were in big trouble. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the hangar. "Welcome, puny space explorers," it laughed. "I am the Galaxy Gobbler, and you're just in time for dinner." A huge screen lit up, showing the Galaxy Gobbler. He looked like a mix between a T-Rex, a vacuum cleaner, and a grumpy old man. He wore a shiny cape made of crushed stars and had a crown that looked like it was made of tiny, screaming planets. "Oh yeah," Captain Emily said bravely. "Well, we're not on the menu. We're here to stop you." The Galaxy Gobbler just laughed. "You? And what army, little human?" Suddenly, Dr. Whiskers meowed loudly. The sound echoed through the hangar, and something amazing happened. Hundreds of glowing space cats appeared out of nowhere. "The Star Cats," Blurp exclaimed. "I thought they were just a legend." The space cats swarmed around the cosmic friendship, purring so loud it shook the whole station. Their fur sparkled like starlight, and their eyes glowed like tiny galaxies. The Galaxy Gobbler looked surprised for a moment, but then he grinned. "Cute," he said, "but I have a surprise too." He pressed a big red button, and suddenly the floor opened up. Out came an army of robot squids, each one armed with tickle rays and pickle launchers. "Attack!" the Galaxy Gobbler shouted. What followed was the craziest battle anyone had ever seen. The starcats flew around, shooting hairballs made of stardust. The robot squids fired pickles and tickle beams everywhere. Rocky, the rock alien, rolled around like a boulder, knocking over squids left and right. Blurp changed shape constantly, confusing the robots by looking like a mop 1 second and a disco ball the next. Maria and ALIE worked together to hack into the robot squids. Soon, half of the squids were dancing the robot boogie instead of fighting. But the Galaxy Gobbler wasn't done yet. He stomped into the hangar wearing a giant mecha suit that looked like an angry kitchen sink. "Time to take out the trash," he roared, shooting soap bubbles the size of cars. Captain Emily knew they needed a plan. "ALIE," she called out. "What's his weakness?" ALIE's face appeared on Emily's watch. "According to my scans, the Galaxy Gobbler is ticklish under his left arm." "I have an idea," Zorp said. He whispered to the Starcats, who all nodded their glowing heads. Suddenly, all the Starcats flew together, forming a giant cat made of starlight. It was as big as the Galaxy Gobbler's mecha suit. "Whoa," everyone said in awe. The giant Starcat pounced on the Galaxy Gobbler, its glowing whiskers tickling under the mecha suit's left arm. The Galaxy Gobbler started laughing uncontrollably. "No, haha. Stop. Hee hee hee. I give up," he wheezed between giggles. But they weren't done yet. Captain Emily turned to her crew. "Quick," she said. "While he's distracted, let's show him the power of friendship." Everyone held hands, or branches, or paws, or tentacles. They formed a circle around the Galaxy Gobbler, who was still giggling helplessly. Then, led by Zorp, they all began to sing. It wasn't just any song. It was a special space song about friendship, adventure, and how the universe is big enough for everyone to be happy without eating planets. As they sang, something magical happened. The Galaxy Gobbler's mecha suit began to change. The angry kitchen sink transformed into a friendly-looking food truck. The song ended, and the Galaxy Gobbler sat up, wiping tears of laughter from his eyes. But he looked different now. His scary teeth had turned into a big, friendly smile. I never knew friendship could be so powerful," he said softly. "All this time, I was gobbling up planets because I was lonely. I just wanted to make a big mall so people would visit me." Captain Emily helped him up. "You don't need to gobble planets to make friends," she said kindly. "Why don't you turn this space station into a fun galactic amusement park instead?" The Galaxy Gobbler's eyes lit up. "That's a fantastic idea," he exclaimed. "Will you all help me?" And so, the Big Boss battle turned into a Big Boss friendship. Over the next few days, the crew of the Cosmic Friendship helped transform the Cosmic Crusher into Galactic Giggles, the universe's biggest and best amusement park. The robot squids became ride operators, the Starcats ran a glowing cotton candy stand, and the Galaxy Gobbler himself operated the food truck, serving the best space tacos in the universe. As the Cosmic Friendship finally prepared to leave, the Galaxy Gobbler, now calling himself the Galaxy Greeters, gave them all big hugs. "Thank you for teaching me about friendship," he said. "You're welcome back anytime for free rides and all the space tacos you can eat." The crew waved goodbye as they blasted off, ready for their next adventure. They had faced their biggest challenge yet and won, not with weapons, but with laughter, songs, and the power of friendship. As they zoomed away, Captain Emily smiled at her crew. "So," she said, "where should we go next?" And everyone cheered, everywhere. Humans rule space. 5 years had passed since the Cosmic Friendship's big adventure. Earth had become the coolest place in the whole galaxy. Aliens from all over space wanted to visit and learn from humans. But it wasn't because humans were the strongest or had the fanciest spaceships. It was because humans knew how to have the most fun and make the best friends. The old Galactic Council building had been turned into the Universe Friendship Center. It looked like a giant treehouse, made of crystal, with slides between floors and a massive ice cream parlor on top. Inside, humans and aliens work together to solve space problems and plan awesome parties. Captain Emily Chen, now Admiral Emily, was in charge of the center. She sat in her office, which was actually a big bounce house. Her desk was a trampoline, and she was bouncing gently as she talked to aliens on a big screen. "Yes, President Slurp," Emily said to a green, goopy alien. "We'd love to help your planet set up a pizza delivery service. We'll send our top pizza experts right away." Just then, Zork burst into the room, his branches waving excitedly. "Emily, big news," he shouted. "The Intergalactic Olympics are starting." The Intergalactic Olympics were a new event where aliens from all over the universe competed in fun and silly games. This year, it was Earth's turn to host. Emily bounced higher on her trampoline desk. "Fantastic. Let's go check it out." They zoomed down to the Olympic Stadium in Emily's new vehicle, a flying bathtub with rocket boosters. The stadium was actually a giant zero-gravity bubble floating above the Earth. Inside, the games were already starting. In one corner, squishy blob aliens were having a shape-shifting contest. They turned into funny forms like a tap-dancing cactus and a singing hamburger. Nearby, super-fast lizard aliens raced each other on a track made of rainbow jello. Every time they took a step, the jello wobbled and changed color. But the main event was about to begin. The Great Galactic Bake-Off. Aliens from 100 different planets were competing to make the tastiest and weirdest space desserts. Maria, now a famous scientist, was one of the judges. She wore a lab coat covered in sprinkles and had a special spoon that could taste flavors from other dimensions. First up, Maria announced, "We have Gloopy from Planet Slime with his anti-gravity goo cake." Gloopy, a wobbly green alien, proudly presented a cake that floated in midair and changed flavors every second. When Maria tasted it, her hair stood up, and she started speaking in rhymes for a full minute. Next came XL5, a robot from the Toaster Nebula. Its creation was a pie made of tiny robot berries. When you ate them, they assembled a tiny dessert in your tummy. But the winner was a surprise entry, Dr. Whiskers, the super-smart cat astronaut. He had made a ball of yarn that tasted like a different ice cream flavor with every bite. The best part, you could knit the yarn into a scarf, eat it, and it would magically reappear. As Dr. Whiskers accepted his trophy, a golden spatula that could flip pancakes in zero gravity, AI's face appeared on the big screen. "Attention everyone," the AI said. "We're getting a message from deep space. It's the blanket beings of Beta Snooze 9. Everyone gasped. The blanket beings were mysterious aliens that no one had ever seen. They wrapped their entire planet in a giant cosmic quilt and hadn't talked to anyone in 1,000,000 years. The screen flickered, and a creature that looked like a talking pillow appeared. "Greetings, Earthlings," it said in a soft, sleepy voice. "We've been watching your Olympics. Your silly games and delicious desserts have awakened us from our nap. We want to join the fun." The stadium erupted in cheers. Emily stepped forward, smiling. "We'd be honored," she said. "Welcome to the galaxy, new friends." And so, the Universe Friendship Center got even bigger. They added a new wing just for slumber parties with the blanket beings. It had the softest beds in the universe and machines that could turn dreams into movies. As weeks passed, more and more aliens came to visit Earth. They all wanted to learn the human way of doing things. But it wasn't about advanced technology or powerful weapons. The aliens wanted to learn how to tell jokes, how to make friends, and how to throw the best parties in the cosmos. Humans started traveling to other planets too, teaching aliens how to play video games, how to make the perfect sandwich, and how to do silly dances. Soon, the whole galaxy was filled with laughter and friendship. One day, as Emily was teaching a group of rock aliens how to swim, they just rolled around happily at the bottom of the pool. She got a call from the President of Earth. "Admiral Chen," the President said, "we've just made a decision. We're changing Earth's official title." Emily raised an eyebrow. Oh, to what? The president grinned. From now on, we'll be known as Earth, the galaxy's fun headquarters. Emily laughed and gave a salute with a pool noodle. Perfect title, Madam President. I think we found our true calling in the universe. As she looked around at humans and aliens playing and laughing together, Emily felt proud. Humans hadn't conquered space with weapons or fear. They had won over the galaxy with friendship, creativity, and lots of silliness. The universe had turned out to be a much more fun place than anyone had ever imagined. And it was all thanks to the special magic that only humans seem to have. The power to turn strangers into friends and boring old space into one big happy playground. As the sun set on another wonderful day, the stars seemed to twinkle a little brighter. It was as if the whole universe was smiling, happy to have humans as its new fun-loving leaders. And somewhere out there, new adventures were waiting, new friends were yet to be made, and new jokes were just waiting to be told. The story of humans in space wasn't ending. It was only just beginning.